The human factor, navigating the merger and acquisition minefield, an HR playbook. Welcome to HRM Insights with SOAR³ 360, your go-to source for cutting-edge strategies in human resources and organizational leadership. Today, we're diving into one of the most high-stakes challenges in business: mergers and acquisitions. On paper, mergers and acquisitions look like power moves: market expansion, operational efficiencies, accelerated growth. But here's the harsh reality. Nearly 70% of mergers fail to achieve their intended synergies. Research from the Society for Human Resource Management and McKinsey and Company shows that the culprit isn't usually financial miscalculations, it's the people. Without a well-executed HR strategy, even the most promising mergers can unravel due to cultural clashes, talent loss, and poor change management. So, what does HR need to do differently? Let's break it down. Picture this. Two industry giants announce a merger. On paper, everything aligns: business strategies, financial projections, market dominance. But within months, dysfunction. Cultural clashes emerge, key talent exits, engagement drops, and leadership struggles to gain trust. Instead of synergy, you get division. This story isn't unique. It happens again and again. Research from Harvard Business Review and Forbes highlights that organizations often underestimate the complexity of uniting two distinct workforces, and that's where HR needs to step in, early and decisively. So, what's the game plan? HR's role begins long before the deal closes. This isn't just compliance paperwork, it's a deep dive into the DNA of both companies. You need to ask, what are the unspoken values that drive behavior? How do employees perceive leadership? Where are the cultural flashpoints that could derail integration? Insights from Culture Amp and Glassdoor show that analyzing internal reviews and employee feedback can uncover key cultural risks. But beyond culture, there's one other piece HR must prioritize: talent inventory. Losing key talent post-merger is a disaster. HR needs to identify high-potential employees, map succession plans, and create strategic retention incentives. Studies from Bearson by Deloitte and LinkedIn Talent Solutions show that companies that conduct proactive talent assessments before a merger and acquisition experience smoother transitions and better retention. And let's not forget the human element. Employees are anxious, uncertain about their futures. How HR navigates this phase, whether with transparency and empathy, can set the tone for everything that follows. As emphasized by Indeed and Monster, organizations that fail to prioritize open communication during due diligence often see a decline in engagement and productivity. The deal is done, but now comes the real challenge: bringing two workforces together under a shared vision. The biggest HR misstep? Assuming people will just adjust. Spoiler alert, they won't. Uncertainty breeds anxiety, and anxiety breeds resistance. HR's job is to lead integration with clarity, purpose, and a solid communication strategy, a best practice highlighted in a recent article by HR Dive. Now let's talk about a common dilemma: harmonization versus differentiation. Do you standardize policies, benefits, and compensation across the board? Or do you allow some flexibility to retain high performers? A report by Mercer and Aon suggests that one-size-fits-all doesn't always work. A hybrid approach, merging where necessary while allowing differentiation for key talent, can lead to higher retention and engagement. Take Company C. They didn't just merge logos and policies. They created a new shared identity, bringing employees into the conversation and co-creating the future culture. The result? Higher engagement, increased retention, and a smoother transition. Data from Gallup and Josh Berzin highlights how companies that prioritize culture building and post-merger integration see significantly improved employee satisfaction and productivity. HR must embrace change management, because integration isn't just about org charts and policy updates. It's about building trust and creating buy-in. This aligns with the Proshi change management model and John Kotter's 8-step change process, which emphasize clear leadership and employee engagement as key success factors. Let's say you've survived the initial transition. Now what? The reality is, merger and acquisition success isn't measured in the first 90 days. It's measured in the long-term alignment of people, culture, and performance. One of the biggest debates in post-merger integration is whose culture should dominate, the acquirers or the targets. The MIT Sloan Management Review and Strategy Plus Business suggests that the most successful mergers create a third, hybrid culture that pulls the best from both sides. Now, how do you sustain momentum? Unified performance management employees need clear performance metrics, aligned goals, and a system that promotes accountability and growth. The Society for Human Resource Management, SHRM, and World at Work highlight how performance management systems that support ongoing feedback lead to stronger post-merger alignment. Continuous engagement. This isn't a one-time survey. Ongoing dialogue, leadership visibility, and real-time feedback loops create trust and stability, according to reports from Quantum Workplace and Glint. Employees who feel heard, valued, and engaged will embrace change rather than resist it. That's how you turn a merger and acquisition from a financial deal into a true success story. All right, let's recap. If HR wants to lead successful mergers, here's the playbook. 1. Prioritize cultural due diligence. Don't wait until after the deal closes to assess culture fit. Understand risks and opportunities up front. 2. Develop a robust talent retention strategy. Identify and engage key players before they walk out the door. 3. Champion transparent, empathetic communication. Uncertainty kills engagement. HR must lead with clarity and trust. This isn't just about business transactions, it's about organizational transformation. In HR, you're at the center of it all. That's a wrap on today's episode of HRM Insights with SOAR³ 360. Mergers and acquisitions are one of the most challenging and high-stakes transformations in business. What's your biggest merger and acquisition challenge? Have you witnessed a merger that went wrong, or one that exceeded expectations? Let's keep the conversation going. Share your insights in the comments, connect with us on LinkedIn and YouTube, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more expert insights on HR strategy, leadership, and transformation. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.